Welcome to World War II Online Tutorials, how to use and set your keymapper. Now you can access your keymapper both in-game and offline. Here I'm going to go to offline mode through Cornered Rat software and go to Practice Offline. I'm going to pull out an infantryman. I'm going to grab a German Gewehr. I'm going to go to the rifle range. Now, I ran that ridge and I pressed my spacebar every few steps so that I would leave a character behind. Now these characters are interactable, so that if you shoot at them or toss a grenade, they will react to the explosion and or the bullet. As you can see, I've been aiming with my mouse, moving it back and forth to see how comfortable it is with the amount of movement. Now if you're not comfortable with that, you can go in by pressing M to bring your map up, go to controllers on the far right, and then you can adjust how much movement that you have on the mouse, either by the movement of the character or by when you zoom in on your aiming. You can make adjustments and then go back by pressing M and go into the game and check to see if that's comfortable for you. If you have it turned up too high, then when you go to move the mouse when you're aiming, especially when you zoomed in, it's going to be very, very quick and very difficult to aim. So you can go back in and readjust that to make it more comfortable for the way you like to aim. So here I'm going to grab it, slide it down to something where it's not quite so snappy, and you can see that's just maybe a little bit too light. So I'll go back in pressing M and move it with a slight adjustment and then go back into the game and try it again. And remember, this is offline, so I don't have to worry about being shot at by anybody. Now let's try it out, see how it works. Going to make an adjustment, see if that works any better. And for me, that seems to be just a little bit too touchy, so I'm going to move it back down just a little bit to where it was. About there. Now that adjustment seems to be just right for my needs. Adjusting the controllers section is the only time you don't have to actually save separately when you're moving in and out of the keymapper. When you're in the actual keymapper section as opposed to controllers, you're going to press M, bring up your map, go to the keymapper tab, which is the second one there from the right, and then go to vehicles or whatever it is that you're working with. Anytime you make an adjustment while in the keymapper, that you have to go down to the bottom right hand side and hit save for the change. If you don't, then that change will not take effect. Or as another example, let's say you've made some changes and you don't really particularly care for them. So let's say you go down, click on a tab, and you add something here and for a controller, and then you do another one, and then another one, and then you get to thinking, well, no, maybe you don't like those. Well, if you haven't saved anything, then you can go down here to Discard Changes, click that, and it will delete any of those changes for this particular session. All the ones that you've made previously in a previous session will still remain. As you can see, after I clicked Discard, the changes I had done previously from an earlier session are still in that area and have not been removed. Remember, you can do this offline, or you can go in-game and go to your map and hit your keymapper and make changes at any time. Thank you for watching this World War II Online tutorial on how to use and set your keymapper.